Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to be talking about General Grievous, but more specifically, General Grievous from the expanded universe, because the Grievous we have in canon almost feels like a totally different character. Let me explain. General Grievous was first introduced in the Gennady Tarkovsky Clone Wars animated series as this fearsome droid general who can wield lightsabers, does not necessarily have the force, but is a force to be reckoned with. And in the expanded universe, Grievous was really made to be a horror movie villain. This was someone that the Republic was genuinely afraid of. When you consider the concept of this fearsome alien warrior who has cybernetic enhancements to make him more droid like, superb strength, a military general, a tactician, leader of the droid army, as well as having a collection of lightsabers he has poached from Jedi he has killed. Mind you, we go back to Anakin's line in The Phantom Menace, no one can kill a Jedi. Not true, but Jedi are not the easiest targets to take down, so when you think about a droid general that can take down Jedi, to the point that he has a collection of their lightsabers, that's pretty terrifying. And in the EU and the comics, we get to see Grievous do incredible things. We get to see him wipe out groups of Jedi. We get to see him push Jedi masters like Ki-Adi-Mundi to the brink. And it's really a shame how much he was nerfed down in not only Revenge of the Sith, but also the 2008 Clone Wars animated series, where he's just a kind of general bland villain who runs away, retreats from battle every time. That's really disappointing. The merciless, do not hesitate to destroy anything in his path Grievous that we got to see during the early days of the Clone Wars. The comics do a great job of portraying his ruthlessness on multiple occasions. That's the Grievous that we should have been presented with in the main Star Wars universe. And I'm not entirely sure of the reasoning of why Grievous was nerfed down so much. I speculate that perhaps they did not want to take away from Vader and him being the fearsome, terrifying antagonist of the Star Wars universe. But it's unfortunate. In the current Star Wars canon, we hardly ever get to see Grievous do even a fraction of what he was able to do in the old EU. Like I said, it's almost like two different characters, which is insane. But whatever the reason may be, my General Grievous will always be the Legends Grievous because I grew up with that and I love those stories. I love the original 2D Clone Wars series and how Grievous was portrayed in that. Really cemented him as a fearsome villain and arguably one of the strongest villains of the prequel era. When you consider the prequels kind of have a villain problem with Darth Maul only lasting till the end of the Phantom Menace, Count Dooku being a good villain but not as memorable or powerful as some of the others, Grievous could have really been toned up to 100, and I think there is a lot of wasted potential with what they could have done with a Jedi killer. A story, an origin story about Grievous with him hunting down and just taking Jedi out. Like, who wouldn't want to see that? I think that would be a lot of fun, but I digress. If you haven't checked out any of the General Grievous comics or the original 2D animated Clone Wars series, I highly recommend it if you're a fan of Grievous because it really adds a lot more depth and fearsomeness to his character that I think any of us can appreciate. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you watching. As always, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the original EU Grievous. May the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.